Well, that all depends on what branch of paganism that you're looking to get into, Brett. Um, since I am a Wiccan, I'll tell you about Wicca. First of all, we require that you study for a year and a day, and there are a number of questions that you must answer during that year and a day. One of which being, I'd say, the most important is, what are you looking for? Why do you want to be a Wiccan or a pagan? What are you looking to get out of it? And that should help you figure out exactly what branch of Wicca, let alone paganism, you want to get into. Honestly, I don't know what if you need to follow the year and the day for the rest of the branches of paganism, but it's always a good thing. You always should study first before making a decision to convert to any sort of religion. Um, Once you do a year and a day, depending on which way you decide to go, you could be working with a coven. They can teach you, or you could be taught by somebody else, just a single person. They actually have classes over the internet if you want to do it that way, or you can also learn on your own, read your own books. At the end of the year and the day, if you are working with a coven, with a teaching coven, um, they decide whether or not they would like to invite you into their coven, and there's usually some sort of an initiation ritual if they choose to have you as a member of their coven. Um, However, if you are solitary, then what you would do is a self-initiation. I think that you should always do some sort of a self-initiation whether you're working with a coven or not. Well, Brett, I don't have a particular patron or matron god or goddess. I look at god and goddess a little differently than most pagans do, or Wiccans for that matter. Um, I believe that there is one god. Do I use the term goddess? Yes. Why? Because I feel that using the term God alienates an entire part of deity, which I think is extremely disrespectful. So I'll use it to point out that people are ignoring entire aspects of our Creator. Um, I particularly believe that there is one God. I don't believe in multiple gods. I like to call God deity. Um, will I call upon other gods and goddesses in circle or for spells and magic? Yes, I will. And the reason I do this is because I believe that the different gods and goddesses of different uh, paths are different aspects of the god, or goddess or deity. Okay? You yourself, Brett, have different aspects that put all together make up Brett Keene. And I think that the gods and goddesses are the different aspects that make up deity or our creator. I certainly wouldn't pick any of the Judeo-Christian faiths, and unfortunately, officially, if it's not part of a Judeo-Christian faith, it is considered paganism. So that leaves me with atheism or being an agnostic, which I know is not a religion or a faith. So please don't get pissed off at me. Um, so I would have to pick probably. Uh, I would probably be an agnostic because there's just too much I know that exists and too much that you can question for me to be an atheist. I don't believe that nature would feel any remorse for my suffering. It's not what I believe nature is or what nature does. And as far as feeling remorse for my death, it wouldn't make any sense because I will be returning. So my answer is no. It would take a little bit. Basically, necessity. Um, have I gone against my own principles and moral code in the past? Yes, because I needed to. Sometimes you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Sometimes it's just a choice between a lesser of two evils. So, necessity. Well, if I was guaranteed that there would be world peace, I would. Now, there's a little bit of a catch to that. I don't believe that you could just take your beliefs and thoughts and feelings and flush them down the toilet. You can change them, but you can't necessarily flush them. Now, as far as me shutting up about my religion and my faith and my beliefs and stop learning and stop reading and stop teaching, yes, I would. For world peace, I definitely would. Well, I'd like to thank you very much, Brett, for your 20 question challenge and for my second ever 3-part video. And if I remember right, the last 3-part video was due to your questions as well. Damn. So, yeah, thank you very much, and hopefully this answered all your questions. If it didn't, please send me a personal message in my inbox, and I'll get to it. But thank you very much, and blessed be. Wouldn't you know, I skipped question 15. The question was, did you grow up in a Christian home? I say yes, many would say no. I grew up as a Roman Catholic, and a lot of Christians do not consider Catholics Christian. Well, in my book, I grew up as a Christian. Why? Because to me, Christianity is nothing more than the belief that Jesus Christ himself was your Lord and Savior. So if you don't like that, tough shit. Yes.